Megan Fox isn't afraid to cause a rumble, from the star's controversial private life to her stance on the Me Too movement. Let's take a look at several reasons the unapologetic star went from Hollywood's most desired to perpetually fired. While award shows are typically a cause for celebrating the biggest successes of the year, Megan Fox admitted to partying a little too hard during the 2009 Golden Globes. During a recent interview with Who What Wear, Fox recalled sitting at a table with Blake Lively and the Jonas Brothers that contained large bottles of champagne. The star said she drank so many glasses of champagne that she became belligerent.
I went through multiple glasses of that.
Perhaps one reason why Fox felt the need to indulge in some liquid courage was her deep-rooted insecurities. That same night, Fox told E! News, "I'm so painfully insecure, like I'm on the verge of vomiting right now." A major lesson was learned the night of the 2009 Globes, as Fox now looks back on her past slip-up, saying to Who What Wear, "Now I don't drink, and this is why. I'm sure I got in a lot of trouble for what I said. I don't remember why, but I know that I did."
You can look that up.
Megan Fox detailed her many observations from a highly anticipated July 2021 UFC fight between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier during an episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live, including former President Donald Trump's widely talked about cameo. But while chatting to guest host Arsenio Hall, what was meant to be an innocent conversation quickly resulted in a different type of fight, this time with Fox as the target. Fox said in an interview, "I was in a row with Bieber, and Trump was also in my row. He had like 30 Secret Service with him."
He was a legend. That arena was very supportive of Trump when he came in.
The internet erupted into a firestorm of backlash over the fact that Fox had seemingly labeled Trump a legend. She tried to clarify in a series of Instagram story posts, saying, "I do not align myself with any political party or individual politicians. I never said Donald Trump is a legend. I said he was a legend in that arena." She ended her statement in a condescending tone, adding how frustrated she is with the quote, "uneducated, pitchfork-carrying, burn a witch at the stake" mentality. The box office smash hit series Transformers shot Megan Fox into stardom, but unbeknownst to fans, major drama was brewing behind the scenes between Fox and her director Michael Bay. In a 2009 interview with Wonderland magazine, the actress compared Bay's on-set antics to, quote, Hitler, and said he was difficult to work with. She continued to describe her former director as, quote, Napoleon, who wants to create this insane, infamous madman reputation. Her response was met with backlash from her own Transformers castmates, who published a letter in support of Bay, calling Fox, quote, dumb as a rock, classless, a grump, and extremely unprofessional to work with. Bay opened up to GQ, claiming that fellow director Steven Spielberg urged him to fire her. However, Bay responded that he was very aware that Megan loves to get a response. The damage had apparently been done, however, and Fox was immediately fired and prohibited from returning to the upcoming Transformers: Dark of the Moon in 2009, a time in her life she described to Cosmopolitan UK as a difficult point in her career. It's no secret that Fox and Bay have endured an extremely rocky relationship after she tarnished his reputation in 2009 and later accused him of exploiting her during the film's audition. Her interview exposing the film director was met with massive criticism, as it was Fox who ultimately took the biggest hit. Although Fox and Bay eventually made up years later amid the Me Too movement, Fox stirred up more controversy when she spoke to the New York Times about why she refuses to speak out about her experiences. Her reasoning seemingly was in divergence with the purpose of the movement. Because of how many of her critics previously treated her, Fox felt that if she spoke out now, she, quote, just didn't think that I would be a sympathetic victim. And although she admitted to having many relevant stories of her own, her lips will continue to remain sealed. She said in an interview, I was ahead of my time, and so people weren't able to understand. Instead, I was rejected because of qualities that are now being praised and other women coming forward. She added that her experience was difficult, saying, my words were taken and used against me in a way that was, at that time in my life, at that age, and dealing with that level of fame, really painful. While Megan Fox's entire career is based on portraying fictional characters, she's apparently also quite the expert storyteller in real life. In a 2008 interview with GQ, she gushed about her love life and her experiences a year after moving to Los Angeles. Fox made headlines after detailing her frequent visits to a strip club called The Body Shop, where she said she fell in love with a girl named Nikita. The actress said, I was there all the time. I would go there by myself. I bought her things, perfume, body spray, girly stuff. Another article for the New York Times later exposed Fox for fabricating the events involving Nikita, to which the Jennifer's Body star addressed the odd admission in another GQ sit-down. She told GQ, "I didn't make that up, but I totally made it more colorful than it was. It was made to seem like a very sexual thing. In reality, it wasn't. She was a girl and I was attracted to her, but it wasn't like we were rubbing oil on each other." Fox blamed journalists for taking her words literally, when, as a matter of fact, they didn't make it clear she was joking. Not long after Megan Fox made her Transformers debut, a film that displayed her undeniable sex appeal, she attempted to, quote, figure out what women want, according to the New York Times. Fox went on to star as a sexy zombie cheerleader in Jennifer's Body, which, based on the low ratings, didn't seem to help her image among either men or women. The Times revealed that Fox's team performed major damage control by booking her appearances and talk shows in an attempt to try and build her image back up. But she felt the hatred of her critics, telling the outlet, "Women tear each other apart. Girls think I'm a and I've been in the same relationship since I was 18. The instinct among girls is to attack the jugular." However, Fox is very aware of her role within Hollywood, and in turn admitted to using her sex appeal to her advantage. She told Entertainment Weekly, "All women in Hollywood are known as sex symbols. That's what our purpose is in this business. You're merchandised, you're a product." While it may appear that Fox contradicted her initial frustration, she clarified her statement regarding her industry stereotype by saying, "I think women should be empowered by that, not degraded." Megan Fox has been the center of plastic surgery rumors for years, but once speculation became too much for her to bear, she decided to take matters into her own hands and create a Facebook photo album in 2011 called "Things You Can't Do With Your Face When You Have Botox." The album reportedly contained photos of Fox debuting a series of facial expressions to prove to fans that her face isn't frozen. Fox's response, however, didn't exactly come out of left field, as she's previously been outspoken about her stance on plastic surgery. She told Allure in 2010, "I would encourage anyone to first speak with a therapist to try and figure out where this want comes from, because a lot of times it's not related to your teeth or your nose or your chin. The surgery is not going to alleviate that insecurity for you." Fans were truly shocked in 2020 after learning that Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green had decided to divorce after 10 years of marriage and 3 children together. The news was officially announced in May of 2020, but in a later episode of his podcast with Brian Austin Green, the star opened up about what led to their decision to split, admitting that he dreamt about Fox coming home from work and acting distant toward him. Green's instincts were spot on, as he then revealed Fox told him she felt more like herself and liked herself better when she was alone, after she arrived home from filming a movie and told him that this life change was something she felt was worth pursuing. Although Green admitted he couldn't be angry at her for feeling this way, she raised eyebrows a month later after she was spotted holding hands with Machine Gun Kelly, according to the Daily Mail. Fox admitted during a Give Them Lala with Randall podcast episode that the moment she and Kelly met on the set of the film Midnight in the Switchgrass, "I just felt it deep in my soul that something was going to come from that."
Who was he?
He tried to cuff one of my girls.
With that said, Fox and her, quote, twin flame, as she labeled Kelly in the same episode, are still going strong. In October of 2020, and in the midst of Megan Fox's divorce from Brian Austin Green, fans were shocked when Fox lashed out at him on Instagram after he shared a now edited photo of their youngest child, Journey, who is then 4. She accused him of using their children to make himself look better, writing, "You're so intoxicated with feeding the pervasive narrative that I'm an absent mother, and you are the perennial, eternally dedicated dad of the year. You have them half of the time. Congratulations, you truly are a remarkable human." In a surprising turn of events, the internet was less than thrilled with how Fox publicly handled the situation. Green eventually cropped their son out of the photo and reshared it, but the comments section of the cropped photo is overflowing with comments defending Green. Hollywood trends come and go, but one in particular has caused many to teeter on the verge of oddly romantic and utterly gruesome. In honor of Valentine's Day in 2021, Machine Gun Kelly took a page out of Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton's book by posting a photo to Instagram featuring a droplet of her blood he now wears around his neck. He later explained the meaning of the necklace during an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, explaining that it was a keepsake in which to remember Fox when she was away. He told Ellen, Well, she was actually going out of town to film a movie, and this was really new in our relationship. I didn't have a passport either, so she was going out to Bulgaria, and so I was kind of freaking out, like, you're gonna leave and I can't even come see you. Kelly was quick to realize that this wasn't your typical memento, adding, "Some people give a handkerchief to their partner. She gave me her DNA." Megan Fox may have eventually secured a spot on every most desired women in the entertainment industry list, but as a young teenager, she also became known in the retail industry, topping Walmart's most wanted list for petty theft. The till death star recalled during an interview with Express that she was caught stealing cosmetics from the department store when she was just 15 years old. Fox admitted, "I don't know if the ban was for life, but when I was 14 or 15, I did get caught and convicted of stealing Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen cosmetics." Although she was eventually let off the hook, Fox was forced to appear in court and given two options: to wear a sign saying she stole from Walmart while standing outside the store for 3 days, or to take a much less humiliating approach by wrapping Christmas gifts. Needless to say, the actress is now a master in the art of holiday gift wrapping. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.